Yeah, and I was thinking on the inside, and I was thinking more of being here. Then we need more from the top. Yeah. Shit, I don't know. What do you think? Even so, you could. It says long as you don't use it to chairs. Not right. We take that.
Yeah, live stream HD. Nice. Show off the background. Yeah, I try to capture different things in the classic industry.
Unless it goes down, you can have it split down. Why not?
Push the tips right.
Maybe MGT.
Even just the project. Yeah, well, they just did innovation.
This probably
Yeah.
now we need to rest.
Wow.
Why not? And just some idea.
I like your idea. It's a good one. How am I doing? So this introduced and now it's got to do with like points, and it's got to do with a little bit of pride and people's feelings got hurt.
That's right. Use your environment.
Can we cut the cord up multiple times?
Yeah, you can cut it multiple times. You can cut it as many as you want. Nice. All right, let's do that.
Yeah, and it was we're
We're gonna make it tall. We have 10 minutes left.
right.
Because as long as we keep the base stable, I think it's just like a house foundation. Then the top just sits on it with weight and secures in the foundation. How are we gonna get that in the foundation? That's how we have more.
So they get at jail
Get it on the outside of that. Oh, hit there.
maybe like small breeze.
I don't think we get this one. How many? 4? I think 4, yeah.
Oh.
2.
Okay.
And just keep cutting. And real small, right? 3. Yes. Hell yeah.
More tape.
We got it.
9 minutes left. You're at the halfway point.
We hold this until like we get the other stabilizer on.
So, even if you
Yeah, I know, right?
possibly
Because the tape is really elastic. Yeah. Straight. Hey, we can stay with it more. String here. That's not going to stay. You're right.
Very nice. Yeah. So,
I mean, you need that stable foundation. Yeah. We use that to our advantage. Everything else will fall in place. How many do you need? I'm going to cut off. Another 4. Think another. Should I go on? I don't know once you put the others together. You can close and you kind of like I see this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so put maybe another piece. It's okay. As long as we can make we can tie them all together. Once we tie, I think we can tie it all together.
What if we made support?
We're gonna have to
here, like that, taping them in here.
We need to have like two down there. There's also
Yeah, I think we should tie them together. I mean, that would we get the power up.
Ideally,
I'll turn there you against.
Yeah.
Here's another. Okay. And then one more take. I know. Actually, yeah. Small places. Still, when it's spring. There's gotta be something up.
That was like my first thought. Is to see that could get it off exactly multiple levels. So yeah. We'll hide it there.
Yeah. 5. We're at 5. 5 and 5. Good job. Yeah, so we're gonna have to gotta make sure that so let's just keep going. Let's just keep going with our things. We just keep going with this concept as well. And sweeten up the base a little bit. Yeah, sweeten up the base.
let's tie it.
Okay, let's tie it.
Something like that, and then tie it.
Okay, yeah, with the string.
Yeah.
Alright,
How are we coming out with like kind of an X so there's support, and then take the outside so it digs in and hold it up.
yeah. So, best way to do this.
No, man.
Participation in your ideas.
Best way.
Probably need.
What do you think?
I don't know. I say we tie it. Cut it out.
5 minutes left, and the reward for the first prize is Starbucks cards, and for second place are granola bars.
Put up.
Are we taping this? How many want to 4 across.
Yeah. Here and here? Or just?
Let's
like
more up here.
This is like let's tie it with string.
Try to make it looks like this. Pull the other side this side.
That's not adding any extra support. It's down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we take the edge of this.
We don't have to.
Definitely add a little bit.
I've been playing with some of these new toys. This Logic that's seen at home now. It's like a nice, you know, it's like a nice audio. Yeah, it's got a good audio, and they'll pick this little guy up for $29. It's all telescoping. Put it in the bag, and then a USB extension. So this thing is Being able to like shoot.
Now we understand you.
You're at 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'll give you 1 minute warning and then 15 seconds.
Now we have,
That's probably maybe you can start
So,
move it to where you want it, right? Alright, now they're already happy in their shape. Yeah. They've got a big grin on their face.
like a table with the spaghetti, it's like a table with the on top. Yeah, it works. Yeah, if you mention something.
Yeah, this is very nice. And then, yeah, two more. We've got 26 seconds. 26 seconds. Go, go, go. 8 and 17.
15 seconds.
Let's go, 15 seconds.
When this stops, you're touching it, you lose. So we are done, step away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, step back away from your thing. All right, yours is standing. Raise your hand. One over here. There's no marshmallow. All right, looks like we have a winner. We got somebody over here trying. All right, you got it. Look at that.
Should have kept the lower.
And now look at the winner. This is creative, but it's not freestanding. So that's good. That's good. All right, any other? Okay, we've got one over here that's freestanding, but it's not quite the tallest. But you know what? The fact that we have 2 out of what? 20 groups?
Hey, what are those?
Great. There we go. All right, I'm sorry. That's good. This one looks like it's melted or mushed just a little bit. Nice. But it's freestanding. All right, so let's think about what the lessons are here. So first I want to hear from this group. How many of you have worked together before? Raise your hands. All right, so the groups that have worked together, how do you think it helped you, the fact that you've already worked together?
I don't know. I think we kind of just knew what each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But our thing wasn't standing, so.
Right. Okay. Any other observations about working together before? All right. All these groups, have you all worked together before? No. So part of the reason for dividing you up was to experiment with exactly this issue, right? So think about you're in a work environment if you're going to form a team, do you want a team that's worked together or a team that doesn't know each other? A team that knows each other's strengths and weaknesses? Or a team that has to figure out, hey, what's your name? What are you good at? Right? All that stuff, right? You start negotiating, you've spent some of your time negotiating those points, right? So one of the other things that I heard is some people say, let's try this. And I heard other people going, we need to plan what we're going to do. We should really think about this, right? So there's the prototyping people, right? It's try it, fail, try it, fail, try it, fail. Iterative improvement, figuring out what works. And then I'm going to pick on you guys just for fun. I don't know if you guys prototyped or not, but you're like, okay, now let's try it. Let go. And it went. Right? So if you wait until the last minute, you've got one shot, and you're going to try your best shot, and it might work and it might not, right? But if you tried a little bit at a time and said, oh, that works, now let's build on it. That works, let's build on it, right? So I saw these guys playing around, and they had their little triangle, and that was solid. And I'm like, okay, they've got something. Now let's see where it goes, right? But then it's a matter of testing and iterating, right? Remember those lessons of flexibility and pivoting. You know, they talk about minimum viable product, right? You just get something out there because the customer is going to surprise you. They're going to say, that's not how I want to use it. I really want to use it for this. And all of a sudden you're going to go, oh my God, that's perfect. You guys have probably heard about 3M, right, with the Post-it notes. That was a mistake, right? So you got to figure out what people are going to want to use by prototyping. And so keep learning. What are other lessons that you guys can take out of this? Business lessons.
We all thought not to eat marshmallow. We have a fundamental thing like eating marshmallow.
Okay.
Main thing for us.
Deferred gratification.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you guys, because you won, you get the deferred gratification. Who's number 2? I think these guys are number 2, right? Is there another one that's taller than them? All right. You guys get to choose. Yeah. Yeah. You get the marshmallow as well, absolutely. So what are the other lessons for this? Can you pull up the PDF?
Yep.
No. Any other lessons?
What may work initially might not end up working in the end.
Okay, so tell me what you did.
So we had like a triangle, and our base is pretty solid, and then we built the same thing and put it on top. But then trying to get the weight of the marshmallow to keep the base even didn't work out, and it eventually collapsed.
So scalability is one of the biggest challenges in all startups, and one of the places where innovation is most critical. It works in a prototype, it works with the early adopters who are willing to put up with anything, and then you start scaling it to grandma, and all of a sudden they can't follow the instructions, they don't read the instructions, and you can't scale. Right? Or it works in your donut shop, but when you try scaling national for donut shops, it just doesn't work. So same problem.
Yeah, I think we pretty much agreed that we just wanted too much. So if we kept it a little bit lower, we agreed that we would have worked. And it would have been probably higher, not higher than theirs, but probably the second highest.
Yeah. So a common startup challenge for innovators is you have to have a really big, hairy, audacious goal in order to attract venture capital. And big, hairy, audacious goals are often way too big to actually do it. So you have to break down that big, hairy, audacious goal to something that you can actually get done within the time frame that you have, that you can prove is going to work, because small successes mean you're going to get more funding, which means you live to go another day. So I've seen this marshmallow challenge with the second level. For those people who did the first challenge, you get more pieces. And now you need to say again, how can I build something that's bigger and stronger and that can withstand a challenge, right? The challenge might be I'm going to throw a marshmallow at it and see if it can stand, right? So it's this iterations matter, and it's live to fight another day, right? I've had other people win this challenge by just basically doing a stack of marshmallows and going like that, and they won because everybody else fell down, right? So you guys built a really stable structure, right? And it's not super tall, but you know what? It's strong and it's stable. And if just 3 other people had failed, and the odds are reasonable that they would have failed, you would have won. And I've seen that happen. So it's a good strategy, right? It's go for a niche. Find a place where your minimal viable product is going to succeed and get you your first revenues, and that'll allow you to fight another day. Any other lessons? All right, so let me go through this. This is you can check out Marshmallow Challenge
Oh, sorry, you're on your, just click to the right. It's a second, just as a second monitor. So we have two things going on. So you're on your, sorry, you're on your PDF now. You can just use this and use that, scroll through.
How did that go wrong?
All right, so the official site basically is saying prototype matters.
This is what's on your, if you need it, that's easier to see that way.
So what usually happens is people start and they get to know each other, and then they plan, and then they plan, and then they build, and then they do ta-da, and then it fails, right? So if this was your timeline, you're typical. It's really interesting. Business school students almost always perform badly. Interesting. And MBA students perform the worst, right? Because they're analytical. They plan. They don't actually do it, right? They don't want to fail. They just do it. So kindergartners turned out to be the best, right? Because they just try stuff, right? They just go, you know, I'm just going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. The idea is we're fine. The other thing is, you know, if you have specialized skills, it can make a difference, right? So who's on your team? If you're picking a team, you know, you may not want business school students, but maybe you want lawyers or kindergartners, or maybe you want architects, right? CEOs, they do a little bit of business students, but not much. Nobody does that in kindergarten. And when you have the executive administrative assistants, turns out they make CEOs better, right? So it's all about the makeup of your team. It's kind of interesting. And they did more studies on the incentives, right? So I told you a little bit about the incentives, and it was fascinating to watch. You guys all got like, ooh, there's something I can win. And as a result, you started, you know, getting a little more nervous, right? You didn't know what the incentive was, right? You got a little less excited when you found that there were Starbucks cards, those things. But it turns out that if you tell people that that's the average team performance, you know, the number of teams and the heights, right? So about half fail to do anything, right? Here it's a little bit higher than that, but you're business students, so that's to be expected. But if I told you there was $10,000, it turns out that the high stakes makes it worse. Almost everybody crashes and burns because now you want it so badly that you try and go for that highest, and they were really lucky. They're stood up, right? I've never seen one like theirs, but they're stood up. You're still standing, they're still standing, right? It's about going high enough. They were just higher than one set of spaghetti. You guys were sort of one set of spaghetti, and they were like 3. So people also learn, right? So if you look at the average performance, it turns out that they get better with time. So I didn't tell you it's called the Marshmallow Challenge because you guys are all smart. You look it up and you find out all the tricks. And there are tricks, right? And some of them people ask me, can I connect it to the ceiling, right? There are other people who, you know, put it on the desk, but then they tilt the desk up, right? So the desk is sort of standing on its side. You guys didn't have that advantage, but I was wondering if anyone was going to lift this thing up and do that. I was also wondering if anybody was going to collaborate and say, hey, look, if I could use your marshmallow to sort of anchor this thing, I could put more stuff on top. And so there was no collaboration between the groups, which is interesting. I didn't say you couldn't collaborate, right? But there was no collaboration. Nobody asked, can I get more resources, right? You could have asked me for 20 more sticks. I would have given you 20 more sticks, but nobody asked for that. But it's a creativity and innovation class, right? So this group was asking, there must be an out-of-box way. Somebody's saying, can I hang it from the ceiling? These are all great ideas. And as a team, you want to stretch yourself. You want to push yourself and your colleagues to be thinking of every possibility, but not spend all your time doing that because you got to, move this thing along. So if you have incentives and low skills, you're not going to make it, but incentives and high skills, you're probably going to make it. So you think about your startup teams, you think about your group project that's coming up. It's all about who's on your team. It's all about how you guys work together, and it's all about how you figure out how to bring those skills to bear. All right, the rest of this isn't very interesting, but hopefully that was a fun project that's going to remind you about these core lessons of iterate, join a team that has complementary skills, look sort of beyond your expertise and try and stretch yourself. So thanks all for your time.
All right, so my first and very obvious question is, what did you learn from this exercise that is going to impact what you do in your group project?